That was real, you guys. Have you guys ever put on a record player?
Yeah.
You have? It's kind of fun. You know why it's fun? Because sometimes the record gets scratched. And then if you're trying to figure out a song, you have to keep lifting up the needle to go back to where it was. But if you do it too many times, sometimes you scratch the record. And when I was a little kid and I was a lot younger, we had this record by this guy named John Denver. And John Denver was a singer from Colorado. And he wrote this song, and the song was called Grandma's Feather Bed. And it was a really cool song. And so I would listen to Grandma's Feather Bed. And when I get to the chorus, what it says in the chorus is, it was 9 feet high, 6 feet wide, soft as a downy chick. Made from the feathers of 40 11 geese, took a whole bolt of cloth for the tick. But when I heard it, it would get stuck on, it was 9, it was 9, it was 9, it was 9, it was 9. And I was like, I don't know what he's saying. And you couldn't look it up on YouTube to figure it out or pull it up on a digital service provider because we didn't have it yet. So all I had was a scratched record and no words. Do you know how sad that made me? But guess what? I finally figured it out because now we're living in 2025. So I can finally do this song because I figured out the words, because the record is still scratched and I still have that record. Isn't that amazing? So here's the song I learned. All right, it goes like this. Now when I was a little bitty boy, just up off the floor, we used to go down to Grandma's house every month and or so. We'd have chicken pie and country ham and homemade butter on the bread. But the best darn thing about Grandma's house was a great big feather bed. It was 9 feet high, 6 feet wide, soft as a downy chick. Made from the feathers of 40 11 geese, took a whole bolt of cloth for the tick. It'd hold 8 kids and 4 hound dogs and the piggy we stole from a shed. Didn't get much sleep, but we had a lot of fun on Grandma's feather bed. Well, after supper, we'd sit around the fire and the old folks would spit and chew. Pa would talk about the farm and the war, and Granny'd sing a ballad or two. I'd sit and listen and I'd watch the fire till the cobwebs filled my head. The next thing I know, I'd wake up in the morning in the middle of the old feather bed. It was 9 feet high, 6 feet wide, soft as a downy chick. It was made from the feathers of 40 11 geese, took a whole bolt of cloth for the tick. It'd hold 8 kids and 4 hound dogs and the piggy we stole from a shed. Didn't get much sleep, but we had a lot of fun on Grandma's feather bed. I love my ma, I love my pa, I love Granny and Grandpa too. I went fishing with my uncle and I wrestled with my cousin and I even kissed Aunt Lou. Ew. But if I ever had to make a choice, I guess it ought to be said, I'd trade them all, plus the gal down the road for Grandma's. Well, maybe I want to reconsider about the gal down the road. She's actually really nice. It was 9, 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 it was 9 feet high, 6 feet wide, soft as a downy chick. It was made from the feathers of 40 11 geese, took a whole bolt of cloth for the tick. It'd hold 8 kids and 4 hound dogs and the piggy we stole from a shed. Didn't get much sleep, but we had a lot of fun on Grandma's feather bed. All right. You're my friend. What's your name? Kian? One time I wrote a song and I was at a